Hello and welcome to the Brothers Random Show. Michael, why are we here?
Today we are discussing uh, the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. We're skipping over the formalities because we just wanted to get on and talk about this historical event. A sad day because the divisions in this country haven't been good, and the fact that this happens now just makes that worse. Uh, and we
Um,
just
in
don't want to
our
see that.
lifetimes, we've never had this happen. There's been there was assassinations attempts, but they've never been this close. This um, I believe there were attempts on Bush's life, and probably even Clinton, but they just never got very far with their attempts. Like maybe there was a bomb made or something like that. This was within an inch of success. So this attempt was if
When you have
you're
a
living,
bullet graze your ear, I mean,
yeah,
1 inch. So it was his left ear. So wait, was it
it was his right ear.
his right ear? His
Yeah.
right ear. So just an inch to the left, and he'd be gone. That's how close. That's how close it was.
Now, neither one of us are the dyed in the wool Trump people, and we try to stay mostly apolitical on this show. We do uh, speak against wokeism, and I think we both voted for Trump once. This is galvanizing people on his side. It had the opposite effect that they thought it would.
Elon Musk tweeted out that he supports him. Like I kind of thought it was crazy weird that he did right after it happened, but he's just like, I what did he say?
With
But basically, I endorse this man.
yeah. So the problems are within the country itself. I wouldn't say, and everybody likes to blame Trump or Biden for this stuff, but we're we're it's weird that we're living in this time. With all the we've had years and years, the Bush years, the Clinton years, the Obama years. We have years of being divided. But in our lifetimes, there's never been this close of an attempt on a former president, a Republican nominee, a you know,
Yeah, and we can't get around how this looks, right?
yeah, yeah,
Like for
because
years
for
they've said
years,
that he's the left has said that Trump is Hitler. He's a threat to democracy. He'll end everything.
yeah,
He's not going to do one term. He's going to make himself be president indefinitely. That like, and the list goes on and on and on. He's the worst thing. He's the devil.
yeah.
And some people even tweeted out like, "Oh, an assassination attempt on the devil." Like, what'd you guys expect? That this, I mean, especially after the the debacle that was Biden's first debate, which
Debate.
wasn't really even a debate because Biden didn't show up, but the that everybody's been talking about how he can't win Trump now. So you've got people who've been told that Trump is Hitler and that Biden doesn't have a chance to beat him. What'd you
That
think was going to happen?
yeah, yeah. I mean, some nut job, they don't know. I mean, we're recording this a day after it happened. So there's just not a lot to know. There was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It grazed his ear, which means that it got very, very close, like a few inches, and he would have been dead. And a
And
lot
our
of
our
people,
hearts go out to the person that did pass away, because there was
there was
someone
someone who got,
who
there were
who
eight
died.
shots before the shooter was stopped. But the thing is that there should be only two shots before the shooter was stopped. So
Yeah.
it's hard to believe. It's hard to know. And this is what kind of happened during the Vegas shootings, uh, 4 or 5 years ago. There was a lot of misinformation thrown out, and people didn't
Yeah.
know what was going on. So we're just going to stick to the facts that we know, and maybe some speculation on why, like this divided country. We can't keep going this way. I mean, this
No.
is really bad, and this is like this will go down in history as uh, a big problem for our country because, I mean, it's been what 30 years at least. It's probably 40. It's been 40 years, 45 years since Reagan was shot, and he lived, but he was shot. He was a president in a tumultuous time,
Hmm.
and Donald Trump is running for a second term, and we are in one of the most tumultuous times in our country. And everybody who's on the other side has said at one point or another that he needs to be stopped by any means possible. And somebody didn't take that as rhetoric. Somebody took that as, this is something I need to do. Some individual who's not quite there, who doesn't quite have all of his marbles rolling around in his head, decided that's what he needed to do.
Yeah.
The question is, why the Secret Service? Why they even got that close? There's a lot of speculation that's going to be going around. There's going to be
Yeah.
so the Democratic Party has been trying to keep president out of the White House for a long time, like with everything that they could do. They've,
Keep Trump, you mean?
yeah,
Trying to
they're trying
keep
to keep
Trump
him,
out of the White
they're
House. Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
keep Trump out of the White House with, first, it was with legal means. And it's really hard not to speculate that this is another one of those attempts illegally. Now,
Hmm.
people are gonna speculate this because they've been going at him so hard. They've sued him into oblivion. They have uh there's a bunch of indictments now because of his the kangaroo court thing. I mean, there's no way there I don't think they I wouldn't put it past them to try this.
Well, and I mean, this is so getting into whether this was a an assassination attempt that the buck goes beyond just the one guy. Like, is this a
That's a
conspiracy? I
sure,
don't think so. I my guess is that this isn't a conspiracy. I don't
that
think
this
that
guy
the
just took it upon himself. I okay. So I don't really want to put that out there, but it's hard not to put that out there when there's been so much lobbied against him. So we can speculate all we want, but this does not look good. It doesn't look good that they've tried all these different things, all these different avenues to try to keep him out of the White House again. So I think what happened is everybody underestimated him his first term. Everybody underestimated him. They did
Mhm,
not think that he would do a good job. They didn't think that he would, and then they make all these attempts to keep him from coming back, right?
mhm.
So Joe Biden wins, and then he's like, and they're just all hoping he'll go away, but he doesn't go away. And so there's all these attempts to keep him out of the White House. Just every single thing. And it's
that they possibly could. And then you've got characters like Sam Harris getting up there and basically kind of, in a way, saying that we should lie to the public
to
just
keep
to
him out.
keep him out, right? Like all of these things, and then an attempt on his life. It looks bad for the Democrats. I am not trying to sugarcoat it at all.
It
It
looks bad.
looks bad.
It looks bad. They're not, they're,
I don't
and
see that they're going to come back from this. I
yeah, not for a while, because it looks to me like, regardless of what the motivations of the shooter was, correlation doesn't equal causation. So the fact that this guy just chose now to make an attempt on his life doesn't really mean that it's the Democratic Party trying to do this, but it's it's the media in general. And I would say the media malfeasance our of our system should be that the media takes an impartial view of all sides. And what's happened is they've been captured by whatever you want to call it, Trump derangement syndrome, only Democratic Party. They have become the mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. And when most of our institutions that are run by the media are all about this, and they're throwing out rhetoric like he should be taken out of office by any means possible, you're going to have a nut job who
Yeah.
goes by any means possible. And that's what I'm going to do. So even if they aren't directly involved, they're indirectly involved. They are indirectly made this happen. That's my take on this. That's my hot take on this. That's what, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things that almost everything they have done has only helped him. He was kind of getting forgotten when they started the indictments on him. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't in the media very much. They started the indictments on him, and then he's back up to being talked about. Right now, let's address this inside job theory on this, because we were kind of talking about this, but inside job. Okay, so if let's just say there's some Democrats that are going to say, well, he wanted this to happen because it only helps him get the presidency again.
Yeah.
Okay, wanted this to happen. Okay, so he wanted an assassination attempt on him because it was going to help his numbers and help him win the election. Um, you don't do that by getting shot in the ear, because I don't care how good a marksman you are, that could have killed him.
Yes.
A slight breeze, a anything like a just a tad. Like if he had been shot at, there were shots, and it, I could see maybe where that might work for a narrative to be grown out of, that, well, it was really a Republican that did it, that wants him to get back in the White House. And so they thought this would help
Yeah,
his career.
that's a really
Mm,
far stretch. If you know
not by
anything
an
about
inch,
guns, yeah, not by an
not
inch.
by an inch. That theory does not hold water.
So does the theory that the powers that be, the Democratic powers that be, tried to get him there? I mean, I've already seen memes where it's like the face of Kamala Harris and she's going and it says, "Oh, he missed." And her face is like, her eyes are bugging out of her head and she's like, "He missed." So it's like, uh that theory doesn't really, I don't think that
I,
theory holds water, because I think the most likely story is that they've been telling the American public for 8 years that Trump is Hitler, Orange Hitler. And somebody took him so seriously that they were going to use any means possible to
Yeah.
take
The
him out.
last couple of weeks, all the media has talked about is that Biden can't beat him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've talked about how Trump is Hitler for years, and then it recently comes out that you can't that your guy can't beat him. Well, shoot. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Because
Going to do something
you've
about
already
it,
tried using
right?
the law to get him out.
Yeah,
When
they tried to impeach him. They tried to
they
Russia
impeached him
collusion,
twice,
like just
Russian
on and
collusion,
on and on, right? And
hold
then
back the Hunter Biden laptop like story. This reeks of media malfeasance. It just reeks
yeah,
of it. And every time we talk about this subject, it reeks of media malfeasance.
and my hope is that from here I mean, I listened to an interview with RFK Jr. and one thing he said is just that after his father was killed, that he felt like that there was an opportunity for the country to kind of come together,
Yeah.
not in hate, but just to be able to kind of come together. And maybe this is an opportunity for us to, I don't know, mend some bridges. Maybe I don't know.
That's a very
If the media,
optimistic view.
I mean, it's up to this. If the media could back off and be like, "Hey, listen, yeah, maybe we were a little, maybe we shouldn't have um, been so draconian on on this idea that maybe Trump could win," then uh, and they back away from that a little bit, like maybe we could see that.
Well,
I I don't know.
it almost had the opposite effect. Like this is what it keeps happening with him is it has the opposite effect of that what is happening. So this was an attempt on his life. It didn't work. And now people are going, holy crap, they really want to keep him out of the Oval Office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna vote for that guy. Just just out of spite at this point. Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys keep doing this. It's time to get him back in there. See what he can do. I don't know. I hope that effect really wins him the presidency because if it doesn't, then this is all for naught, right? It's like if he can't get into the Oval Office again after this attempt on his life, then it's pretty much all for naught. And
Yeah.
it's so close. It was so close. And, say what you want to say about the guy, but like a boss, he stops Secret Service, puts up his fist, and says, fight, fight, fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
you
wait.
you
He tells
cannot
them to wait. And then, yeah.
you
And they're
couldn't
all
have
like
written
trying to
this.
cover him up. They're
They're all trying
like,
to cover him up, but it's like he's like it's
it,
amazing footage. It is amazing footage because you can
so
hear him
amazing.
talking. You can hear the Secret Service talking. You can hear him talking because he's still mic. There's still a mic there. If you
Yeah.
watch the
You're
footage
just kind of getting it from the mic that's there.
that's
You're
there,
kind
but
of
you can
getting
hear
it.
him. He's like first he says something about his shoes, like his shoes fell off or he needed to put his shoes back on.
What they were doing, the Secret Service kind of gets on top of
He
him,
gets on
but
top
what they
of
were
him.
doing was they were checking for bullet wounds
Oh, okay.
because you see his shirt is all unbuttoned.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
were pulling his shirt open and they were like, are
Checking
there
for yeah, are there
bullet
bullet
holes?
holes?
So
Yeah.
they're checking him, right?
And then
And
they're going to
then
lift him up and get him to the car. And he says, "Stop, stop, stop! I need to put on my
yeah,
shoes." So that's the first thing he
let me
says. And then,
let me
and
put
then
on
he,
my shoes.
and then they're about to take him out away, and he
It's like,
goes,
wait, wait,
"Wait,
wait.
wait, 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 wait!" And then he does the fight, fight,
Like a
fight,
bot.
like a boss,
And
like he
even the left who hates him, some of the left that are willing to do it, Young Turks, Chank got on and he said, like a boss.
he's
He
so
said
he's acknowledging that he's like
he
this.
acknowledged that that was badass and boss move.
Yeah.
for him to put his fist up
And go fight,
and
fight, fight. And
and
it's so,
he even said some of the iconic pictures
oh
that
yeah,
are coming out of this.
this is going to be this is going to be the legacy of his presidency is that picture of him with the American flag in the back. He's got blood on his face and he's raising his fist up in the air saying fight.
Yeah.
Like that is going to be the one of the most iconic pictures ever. The guy has the best luck. That is some amazing luck that he didn't
Well,
die from a bullet that grazed his ear. Like you could not have written this better.
yeah. Or
This is
divine intervention, maybe. I don't
some
know.
people are
Like,
saying that. I don't know if
yeah,
he's a man that you want to put into the sphere of God is
Messiah or something
yeah,
like
or
that.
God is
No.
trying to help him or God is on his side, but because
Dude, if
look,
I had a bullet graze my ear, I would be thinking of God in
yeah,
heaven
yeah, I would be too.
that I
Yeah,
survived.
that I survived. Yeah, and
That's how close.
I hope
That's
he's
how
a humble and
close.
I hope he's a humble enough man where he does that, where he just kind of goes, "Thank you, God, for not like." He's going to be thinking about his life now. Like that is the one of the closest calls you could ever say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd. There's no way you don't start thinking about your life after something like that happens. People get cancer and then get cured of it, and then they're like always, thinking about, oh, these are the things I should have been doing. I just hope it doesn't change his president, like his policies. I hope he gets back in his policies because
I, I think he'll double down on just being the Republican president that we know. I
yeah,
think. I don't think he's going to change anything up.
no,
Um
but
uh
I really hope that yeah, this is this is a dark day for the country, but it's excellent for his presidency for his
yeah.
next 4 years.
I I mean, I don't like doing predictions, but I just don't see how the bumbling debate that Biden had and then
Mm.
this doesn't get doesn't get Trump the presidency. I don't see how it doesn't work out.
Yeah, yeah, and we've only got 4 months, so there's no way.
Yeah.
Any more
So,
thoughts on that, brother?
um yeah, I just say let's heal the country. Let's talk to each other. Let's go back to work. Let's get the economy back up. Let's go.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, audience.